I was 21 when I first got married for all the wrong reasons. I was young, I was naive, and I really hadn't dated a lot beforehand, so I never really gave myself a chance to discover what I wanted in a partner. Now, after 31 years of living through an unhappy marriage and dating after my divorce, I've learned several reasons why I don't need to be with someone to be happy. And my only regret is that I didn't realize this sooner. Hi, I'm Jenny, and welcome to my channel. Years ago, being single and living alone after a certain age was really frowned upon by society. If you were a man, you were called a bachelor, and people assumed you wouldn't settle down because you were a playboy. And if you were a single woman living alone, you were either a spinster or an old maid. Those stereotypes are no longer as prominent as they used to be, thank goodness. But they do shed a light on one important factor about being single during midlife. The belief that if you're middle-aged and single, there must be something wrong with you and you're too difficult to live with. Some people look at you like you're odd and something of pity. And when they discover you're not married or have a partner, there's that brief pause during the conversation. And it's like they're expecting an explanation why you chose this sad, lonely existence. But what these people don't know or understand, and they probably never will, is that I am happier now than I have ever been in any relationship of my past. I'm alone, but I'm not lonely. And here's why. Being single is liberating. I no longer feel as though I have to explain my choices or why I don't want to do certain things. I can be myself without the constraints of someone else's values or beliefs. I no longer need to worry about what others think or feel as though I need their approval to do something I want to do. I have the freedom to be myself. And speaking of myself, I feel more connected with my thoughts and desires than I ever have before. It's almost as if I'm reconnecting with who I was as a child before I reached puberty and began focusing on other things, like dating and what my body looked like in a bikini. Staying single has helped me learn to not only love myself, but also be comfortable in my own skin. I don't wear makeup every day anymore, and I worry less about how others see me. There's also the sense of relief knowing I no longer have to worry about being uncomfortable during family functions. Not all were bad, but not all were good either. And being forced to grin and bear it during those occasions with people I couldn't relate to, it was exhausting. Especially because I'm an introvert, so just the thought of a social gathering makes me cringe. I have found that there really is nothing better than having peace. The quiet kind, where everything is calm and tranquil because I am alone in my space with just Suki and Poe. And then there is the peace of mind kind. What I mean is, everything is in its place exactly as I left it. Well, unless Poe decided to be a curious cat that day. If I leave my fingernail clippers in the bathroom cabinet, they're there when I need them again, not someplace else. If the gas tank of my car is half full when I come home, it's not going to be empty the next time I need to go somewhere. And if I have a chocolate stash in the freezer, it will still be waiting for me when I need my next fix. Not mysteriously taken by someone, which is just plain wrong and dangerous. Remembering things like that made me realize that I didn't know how much more stressful it is to be in a relationship until I made the choice to be alone. Which brings me to my next point, and it is an important one. I no longer have to deal with people being inconsiderate of my feelings. My ex-husband couldn't find a gas station to save his life. He would always trade vehicles with me whenever his gas tank was low. No matter how many times I said, hey, this bothers me. It felt as though he didn't care about my feelings. And he treated me as though I was just being a griping wife. And not having to deal with someone who disregarded my feelings on a regular basis relieved so much stress from my life. Stress I didn't even know was there until after my divorce. And 6, every decision, I wasn't going by numbers, and every decision is mine. Every day I can go wherever I want and do whatever I want without feeling obligated to adjust my plans to fit the needs of someone else. And I can do all those things without any criticism or complaints. I can play video games. I can read in bed with the light on for as long as I want. I can binge watch Bridgerton. And I can spend my money how I want. And the final reason, which is the most important of all, is time. Time becomes an invaluable luxury as we get older. It's worth more than money or precious jewels. At least to me it is. None of us know how much time we are granted to live. So I am not wasting another second on anyone but myself and my family. I made the choice to live the rest of my life as happy as I can. And that means finding joy in each day by doing things that I love doing. Every day is a gift full of potential decisions. And there's a bubble of delight I feel knowing that I am the only person making those decisions. Now, I know some people are completely content with being in a relationship and wouldn't want it any other way. If that's the case for you, I'm glad you have found someone that you want to share your life with. I truly am. But being in a relationship is not for me, not anymore. And hopefully more people will come to understand that not everyone shares the same description of a happy life. I'm alone and I'm happy. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this content, please leave a like and consider subscribing to my channel. And I'll see you in the next one. Try this. Stay. Try this again. 21 years old when I got married. I was... Since I was young, I was not... 31 years of living through I take 36. Take 37.